it was 17 ghosts to pop.
All right, so you get block scanners, you get which you probably could have used with the whole revoke cache mess that's been happening today, and like
Yeah.
the raffle noggin and the staff charming. Yeah, you get 3 items for those for the potentially for the godlike tickets, where you just
Exactly.
get fangs on the. Well, there are 20 fangs and there's 6 godlike items, so it kind of makes sense that so many people are going for the fangs.
In terms of the allocation, it makes sense, but in terms of variety, yeah, that mythical's a one-trick pony.
Yeah, it's all looking good. Happy, have you jumped into this raffle for schematics?
GM. Yeah, I have. I just dumped whatever tickets I had left. I didn't really. I think I bought a couple legendary and some mythicals. Want to get those fangs, like Coder Dan said.
Yeah, that does make sense. They're good looking. They're good looking fangs. I mean, these are the ones from that one guy that like kind of joked and like said that our pixel art wasn't that great. I forget what was his name. Yams the dev. Yams the dev. Oops.
Yeah.
Nah, these are better than the Yams fangs.
Yeah, my Callie, I think you're getting a little bit of echo through your
Yeah. I'll manage that mute mic there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been a fun week so far. I'm back finally from Miami, which was amazing. I feel like it was such a good time getting to meet Soju. Soju, I got to talk to you because I want to commission some art from you. I'll hit you up in the DMs. But yeah, it was an awesome time meeting, chilling with Zbot again, and the whole Gotchi gang and all the artists, which was really fun.
Well, this was the first official deployment of the greeters, correct?
Yeah, first official deployment. It went very well. Light Piglet will be around. I don't know if he's going to be giving updates today, but we were able to get everything we wanted to get done well within budget. We only had one hiccup, which was our car getting towed, and that's just Miami parking, which sucked. They ended up doing this thing. It's one like, oh my god, blockchain. This stuff needs to be on the blockchain. They do parking,
Rite of passage.
but you have to use an app to do the parking. So at one point, one of our friends had the app blocked. Like they just geo blocked him for whatever reason, so that he couldn't park anywhere near the mural. So it ended up becoming a pain in the neck. The last day that we were there, we had to find like illegal parking. This isn't when we got towed, but for this day, because of this app, like they were able just to block you as a user so that he couldn't park the car anywhere in that area, which is kind of crazy. Hey, Coder Dan, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Bingo.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. Every week, got to get in the habit of like restarting Discord before these calls. So weird, but I'm here.
Does your Discord run for weekly sessions?
I mean, I literally just got off a voice call off the stage. Then I come on the stage and it's like, nope.
Yeah, room to room, it's different results.
Yeah.
Oh, nice fangs rendition there. Yeah, this is good, high quality art, China.
That's the original right there from our
This is the OG fangs.
Thrax has mentioned that again. How many of y'all were lived through that Discord heart attack live yesterday?
Oh, what was that all about?
I was
Yeah. It was a full-blown outage, like an outage I've never quite seen. I never had a message from Discord on my server list that's just a big red exclamation point that says all these servers are gone. Sorry, temporary outage.
I only knew about it because my son, who is he wants Roblox gift cards for Christmas and he wants them early. He was bugging me and he's like, "Oh, by the way, you probably shouldn't be doing anything Aavegotchi because everything's gonna be down." And he woke up this morning. He's like, "Your server's back, but I still haven't got my Roblox." So I was like, "All right, I got you. Just hold on." Did you guys see the revoke thing that happened today? Like NFT Trader, they had some kind of exploit. So
man, when it rains, it pours.
It's a week of exploits.
It's like Christmas. All these hacks always happen around Christmas. It sucks.
Hey, Soju just mentioned it in general chat too, and I'll push it again here. I got on a space yesterday with Jaris, doing great stuff. Met a lot of cool friends. Mailchain was one of them. Tally is another one of them that we looking into. But Wallet Guard was super passionate on stage yesterday. They don't charge for anything. It's a service similar to Fire or even Revoke Cash has an extension that you can run in your browser. Basically, these are transaction simulators, and if you're not using one yet, let this be the season to remind you that it's pretty critical for you to start standard practice to be using a transaction simulator.
Yeah, that's good advice. Also, that ledger, even though we had the little ledger exploit earlier in the week, like before I went to Miami, I moved all my high price stuff to a clean ledger, just not touched anything, only receiving, and I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Like, just they're being pet.
Yeah.
There's a petting operator there for them. Also, I want to say hi to D Engineer. Good morning. He and his brother are new to Gotchi Gang, so
Nice.
the engineer, did he tell you? Oh yeah, his brother was consulting me in the background on the type of gotchi to get, and I was just trying to explain to him all the different angles. Like, is he going to game with the gotchi? Does he want it for like just the aesthetic, or is he trying to like get into rarity farming and the whole thing? So it's cool to see both of them. Drill Club members are now Gotchi Gang members. Congrats, friends.
Yo, congrats. Welcome to the Gotchi gang.
Yeah, me and the engineer host the morning shows on Polygon. We're gonna be moving same time, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays we're gonna be hosting with Big Nil, who's the Polygon ecosystem head of Magic Eden, a new show, Echo Chamber. It was the old show that Big Nil had a baby, so he had to go offline. We took over the slot. So we're gonna be doing this show Tuesdays and Thursdays. So whenever anybody that's like building a game or has some kind of stuff coming up in the DAO wants to, feel free to hit me up. We're there every morning from 10 to either 11 or 11:30 Eastern. And like we've had Oliver Spoon up before, like any gotchi stuff. We've had Coder Dan, which is a huge thing for us. Anybody that wants to come through, feel free to just ping me and we'll bring you up on stage.
Good job. You've done really well capitalizing on that Magic Eden arrival and just the whole culture growth there too. I'm glad at least one of us is still well latched to that community.
Yeah, I mean the Polygon community now is the time to kind of like step up and really start getting the Polygon word out. I feel like a lot of the hype right now is kind of on other chains at the moment, but Polygon still has a ton. I mean, the tech is better than all these other chains, but for some reason, I don't know, this ecosystem doesn't get the love that it should from the greater kind of crypto space. So we all got to be louder out there.
I will give one insight on that too. I went to the Polygon Guild meeting this last week, and they skipped the November meeting. And I will say, for as long as I've been in that, which is like mid 2021, it's always had very little bite on it. It's always been kind of a feel good group with not a lot of actionability behind it. And this last week, we were joined by the Polygon community events team. And it very much felt like the principal was visiting the classroom, and there was a little bit of an audit going on for kind of a what the heck's been going on in here attitude. And so I'm feeling that Polygon is also becoming self-conscious of the fact that they're behind the culture ball, and they're trying to do some things to reactivate the human element of the network.
Yeah. I mean, they did a lot of stuff really right. I think they're just so busy with everything. I can totally relate. But you get like all these other chains are pushing their narratives really hard, and Polygon's out there shipping and delivering the future of blockchain. But it's like where we are right now as an industry, I feel like they're a little bit, they're very far ahead in the tech, but the culture side, they need to kind of re-engage with a lot of the core kind of crypto community a little bit more. But I'm still bullish on them. I think they're doing really good work, and the CDK stuff really it's a bombshell. So powerful.
See, we got Sebastian.
I'm a little
in
bit
the-
confused about the ape chain thing, though. I'm like,
Oh,
what
it's
is-
exciting, dude. Yeah, this is actually
Yeah, it's
that
not,
whole
it's not going to happen though. Like it's
yeah. Oh no,
it's
exactly.
going to get voted down.
The whole experience is what's interesting, and it's from us as a DAO perspective is why it's interesting. Not so much the specifics of what they were trying to pull off, but if you dig into the governance actions that occurred that led them to this point, and you just peel back a couple layers, it's showing pretty high level DAO council corruption. That's definitely stepped in it pretty ugly in terms of arbitrary decision making on behalf of the will of the group. And it's actually, for me, I walked away feeling really great about how we're doing over here as a DAO currently, based on what they've just recently experienced.
Right, but like, I don't know, why does Polygon have to be the one to go and like expose all this stuff about ape chain and ape coin?
That part's
cares?
unfortunate. Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna become the villain of that story for them. They definitely see us as the boogeyman trying to sneak in through the back door. But yeah, I don't know who picked us as. I mean, mind you, someone over there saw us as a better solution than the other proposals that were being offered for Ape Chain and tried to leapfrog it for that purpose. They've just been smacked down because it's was improper procedure.
Yeah, I think that whole thing was kind of crazy. From what I read from Mark, for the CEO of Polygon, they played by the rules. They did everything to the T. And the main criticism is like, oh, there are 4 other plans in effect, so it's unfair that you pushed yours first. And I have personally experienced this. Like, we all have. If you put something up in front of the DAO and then other people are like, oh, you're front running this. Why weren't we included in the process? Like,
by the way, we got Sebastian here. Sebastian, this is actually Sebastian from Sandbox. He's
Sandbox Seb. Heck yeah,
doing a
let's
little
go.
impromptu little jump in here. I don't see him actually in the stage though. So someone, I don't know, let's get him on. Let's get him up here. Yeah, he's not actually listening to the stage. Like, I don't see him in the list.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's just in the chat somehow. I don't even know how to do that. I have to listen to get to the text part. But...
Yeah, you can join the voice chat direct. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't realize he was in China though. Would have met up.
No, I didn't either. He's been doing the tour.
Y'all tag him in the chat there. Say hello and thank you. He's awesome.
Yeah, no, GFA reached out to get him in here because we made this whole set for Sebastian. I'll drop in his some of his sets here.
Just last thing on that ape situation, the Tuna Future, is that they have a special counsel over there that does have a lot of administrative authority, and the issue is that there are proposals, including the Polygon one, that were all written correctly per the DAO's requirements for a proposal to be crafted. The thing is that they've all been in the admin review queue, and they leapfrogged the Polygon AIP over some other AIPs that are already in administrative review. So they basically reshuffled the order of the administrative review, which the DAO has no control over, and that's the party foul that they're getting called out on.
Right. But I mean, Polygon's AIP came first, right? Or no?
No, those other ones, and that's the thing. They've timelined it very well. There was an Optimism one back in November, Arbitrum one in December, and then the Polygon one was written after the fact, but it somehow ended up in front of the administrative review of those other ones. Looks like Seb's got his hand up now. If someone wants to smash him,
it says invite sent. I think it's just Discord being weird again. Yeah. There we go. There he is.
GM, welcome.
Sebastian. Hey, welcome.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Good, man. How are you? You're in the air right now?
You. Not yet. Like, I'm on the ground. I'm leaving Shanghai. It was the last trip of the year where we have held an event for the sandbox here today, and I'm leaving back to Paris tomorrow morning.
Cool. I didn't realize you guys were in China. I would have come in and seen you guys. I'm actually in China as well.
Really cool. You should have come to our day. Next time I will ping you.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
yeah,
great.
For sure.
Right.
I would love to meet up. Yeah, especially here in China. It's fun.
We'll be finishing
just showing off your
auction
set
very
here.
soon, Sebastian. Everybody's excited to win these wearables, and we're so honored to have a set that is based on your likeness. And everything you guys have done with the GFA team this year, it just makes sense to do it.
Yes. Yeah, very excited with all the collaboration that we have ongoing with the Aavegotchi community, and also thanks to the French Gotchi army as well for their amazing work on building the experience in Sandbox. I played it was very cool. They got me a very nice surprise as well. I discovered now I have like my own custom Aavegotchi character. So cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, 1 second.
Do you think it looks like you? We tried to keep it as close to your likeness as possible. He's probably checking in right now. I think the likeness is uncanny.
Asking me to go offline. I'll do my best. Is there anything you wanted to discuss in particular today? I'm jumping a bit last minute. Sorry about that, but wishing you the best time. Yes, everyone, for the end of the year, and we're super happy to be part of the community.
Thanks for coming in.
I was in Las Vegas last week and I saw a gigantic billboard right there by the side of the highway advertising for the sandbox, and it kind of took my breath away. So I'm happy to see the progress.
Fantastic. If you have any picture of that, I'd love to see it. Like we're beyond my wildest dream in many, many more plays than I thought.
I
So
just
just
found
really
it. I'll
happy
drop
that
it.
you were able
Drop it in
to
the chat here.
drop by here. And Choina, just I don't know if you're in the chat here, but Choina dropped your likeness, your Gotchi, here into the chat. It's actually got a back to it as well. The hoodie has a hood, and it also says Sandbox on the back. Let me see if I can find the back.
Ah, yes, that's right. That's every time we try to make like custom editions of our hoodies wherever we travel now. The community is it's part of what we run, like the Creators Day or the different events that we run around the world. And I really like the design. So let's try to do more cities for next year.
Yep. We got about 10 minutes left before the raffle ends, and then people are going to start equipping this set on chain. So it's very exciting.
I don't know if you guys have been a chance to follow at the time to follow with all the news going on, but we released a new version of the game maker of Sandbox, which allows like multiplayer gameplay, competitive, multiplayer races, and more. So I look forward to the future update of the Aavegotchi experience on Sandbox. I think it can be very fun, multiplayer gameplays, running with your Gotchi, fighting, collaborating, crafting, and much more. And earning reward, of course, for that.
You guys spent so much time getting the Gotchis working in Sandbox. I know that was like an entire thing of itself. So definitely want to take advantage of the engine that you guys are building. And I know GFA is potentially working on extending their experience to include the multiplayer aspect as well.
Looks like some endorsements for the game engine here. Mr. Seb, part of the GFA team, saying the 0.9 version is really a step up, offering a lot of versatility.
Thank you. I'm really glad to hear. We're here to support. We can't wait to see it. And let's run maybe some game jam or some contest next year. Like trying to invite more Gotchi members to create their own worlds on Sandbox and earn cool rewards for that too, and feature them.
That could be great for Eve Denver. Like if we want to like kind of sponsor a hackathon while we're there to do a sandbox experience kind of thing. Ex Aavegotchi again.
Oh, I'd love that. Good idea, actually. Let's sync up on that. I have to drop off soon, but or the connection might cut as I get in the air. But yeah, drop me an email about that, and let's do it.
Thanks for coming by, Seb. It's awesome.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, have a great holiday season. Enjoy being back in Paris.
Great weekend and a great holiday season, everyone. See you in the metaverse and all the other Web3 channels.
Yes, sir. Safe travels.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. All right, guys, we got 6.5 minutes until the raffle. If you haven't already, make sure you jump onto the new DApp. We got the nice raffle UI. This is the first time it's been used, so hopefully there's no bugs with the drawing of the random number. Yeah, we'll be able to draw the number here in just a few moments. Anyone here has never done a raffle before listening in this chat? I feel like we've been through many raffles together, but I'm curious if there's anyone in the chat that has not done a raffle and this is their first raffle. That'd be dope.
I'm pretty sure D Engineer and D Ganja Baba are brand new because they just got Gotchis like within the last week.
Yeah, but getting the Gotchi and then being at the level where you're getting tickets and entering them for Forge wearables, it's quite a bit down the rabbit hole. That'd be dope if they're there already, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're there. So, friends, yeah, you would previously, I'm going to give you the quickest TLDR. You could stake your ghost to get friends, and friends could buy raffle tickets of different rarities, and then you can enter them in these raffles to get a chance to win. We have sunsetted friends because we think it's a deflationary mechanic. The Forge team came up with the schematics and the whole Forge, which created deflation in the wearables themselves. So this is the last, if I'm not mistaken, the last blowout raffle that we're going to get rid of all of the friends-based tickets. And then going forward, we'll be using Glitter, which is an in-game currency for time, a ERC20 token, to that which you can stake for as well, for tickets. Is that correct, or is there going to be another raffle after this for friends?
Yeah, this is the last like rarity ticket raffle. I'm sure there'll be at least one more drop ticket raffle. And so if you have friends or you have the rarity tickets, you can always convert those into drop tickets and participate in that when we do eventually have one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does that mean also that land sales are going to be stalled for now? Because that's what the drop tickets were for previously. I know they're stalled indefinitely, but with no drop tickets in circulation, will Glitter be used for drop tickets in the future if we ever do drop land?
We're probably going to make a proposal eventually to do that. That's kind of how I would like to handle it, like adding Glitter as another option without removing drop ticket, like being able to purchase drop tickets with either friends or Glitter, I think would be ideal. But we have to make a proposal to actually make that happen. All right, entering one godlike ticket here, guys.
Do it for the culture.
For Sergey.
Got 3
Just
minutes.
This gas. Come on, gas.
Got 3 minutes.
Man, those mythicals are still catching a lot of attention. People are targeting.
Freaking mythicals, man. You guys better, I swear to God, if I don't get these fangs, I'm not going to be happy. I bought a radar, the radar eyes, I think, well, yeah, or no. The one of the face wearables. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to smelt that thing down. No, not the vomit. I forget which one it was.
I'm kind of surprised to see that there are more uncommon tickets entered than common tickets right now. And rare is only 6,000 tickets behind both uncommon and common. So there's a lot of people seem to be pushing more towards the legendary, mythical, and godlike items.
No, I didn't smelt it yet. I bought the Signal headset I'm looking at now. Got the Signal headset, mythical face, and I'm ready. If I get the fangs, I'm gonna smelt that thing down.
Are we gassing the chain right now? Is it getting gassed out?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
He's like, is it the inscription shit again?
Yeah, I know Avalanche is
Hey, we can handle it. At Arbitrum, they crept a bit.
It's just for a POS chain, it really does murky everything. Like, it's just like congestion of this level is kind of silly. And I've had 10 people tell me that my stupid, like me inscribing my Gotchi is stupid because it's already a SVG. I'm like, I know, I'm just engagement farming. God damn.
Yeah, but remember, our POS outworks their roll up.
Dang, 0.4 Matic to empty my reservoirs right now. I'm gonna have to wait.
Yeah. Hangout economy is a little wrecked today.
So then with Snapshot, that transaction is also paid for, right? We have to pay for the transaction because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be voting in the next 30-ish minutes when we enter our DAO hour.
No, Snapshot's off chain.
57 seconds.
Here we go. So yeah, if the UI, if there are any bugs, where it will be standing by to handle it on our side, make sure that the number gets called properly. And then once that number is called, it's going to take about 30 to 60 seconds, hopefully not longer than that. Kind of does depend on the network and chain link. I'm hoping that gas isn't too high right now for that number to go through, but it does, we'll just wait until that number comes back from Chainlink, and then the prizes will be available for you to claim. All you got to do is you'll just click the claim button on the UI that will appear. So 9, 8, 7. Here we go, guys. First raffle on the new UI. Pretty cool, actually.
Congratulations, Forge team.
Here we go.
All right, let's see if the number, if it appears or not.
It's one of my favorite experiences in the crypto space. I love stress testing. I love seeing countdowns that are supposed to lead to expected results.
It's fun, man. These raffles are great. All right. Sending a transaction to update the random number. And it should update on the UI here in just a sec. You might need to refresh your page. And the anticipation builds. So as we're waiting for this number to come back, we do have plenty of other stuff going on. Gotchi Guardians, Onekin, Spirit Force Arena, drops. Like, what are you guys playing right now?
Yeah, can we talk about the OneKin partnership a little bit? Because I remembered yesterday when I saw the announcement about it that we did meet with the OneKin team last year during ETH Denver. We met with the founder, and he was super bullish on Aavegotchi in general. And so it was just a cool comeback to see that we're hosted there. How did that come about? What's the advantage there? What are you seeing in OneKin that you like?
But I think you just said it. I think that's what the in real life networking is all about. You were probably with Jason, right? And Lost Local, he
Yep.
follows up. You know, so he's been in contact with Onekin since at least ETH Denver, if not prior to that. I thought he also mentioned GDC, which was after ETH Denver. So maybe that's where they first made contact. I don't know if he's on the call. He could speak to that, but yeah, we've been talking to Onekin for a good minute now, and I think it all started last year.
That man's network is ridiculous. Like, he was able to get me into an Avalanche party that I wasn't on the list for. They made me wait, but he went in, figured out who like the right person was to go and tell the guards to let me in. We got into the D-Gods party, no problem. Like, he just knows everybody. It's really intense. It's cool to see because he just has like a umbrella of network throughout Web3.
Talking
Well,
about
he's
Lost
got
Local,
really-
right?
Yeah, he's got a
Yeah,
very good
100.
reputation, and it's for good reason. So, hey, there he is.
GM, GM.
Look at Bearded. Bearded got the
GM.
scanners and the raffle noggin. Congrats, sir.
Look at that.
Not bad at all.
Mad Dog biting hard.
GM, sir.
GM, GM. Yeah, Mike Callum. So yeah, we met Onekin for the first time at ETH Denver, and actually they were in the audience when we did our DAO panel, which was really
At
cool.
Ant
So,
Life.
correct.
That's so excited. That was that actual connection. Well, there's y'all's ETH Denver return.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So we started communication there. We got a sense of what they were working on, and it was really, really interesting to us. And then just a few weeks later, I linked up with the team, brought them some sweaters to GDC, and we kept the conversation going. And honestly, it's been really consistent communication since then. I think Jesse and Dan can speak to that as well. We've had calls with these guys, weekly and monthly since last year, and finally we're watching their platform grow and watching things go to life. So it's been very cool to be part of the process, and this will be one of the many homes for all of our titles, so it's exciting to get our first one up there.
Yeah, Onekin's been super supportive, really accessible. I think they're talking to not just Lost Logo, but yeah, Dan and myself, but even more like individual, every game director. Like, they must be talking to about a half dozen people at Pixelcraft at this point to just get everything coordinated. So it's pretty cool, and this is the first of many things we can do together. We've got that exclusive claimable with them, and I think everybody knows, like, when it says sticker, right? That's like more like a like those emojis you can use in the Gotchi Guardians game. They basically have exclusive stickers over there that you can claim if you go over there and get on OneKin. And they're in closed beta, as I understand. So it's really cool that they opened up 300 spots for Gotchi Gang with that code. So if you haven't used it and got in there, I think it's a good value.
Is that live yet? Last I heard, people were having to like input Guardians as their last name. Are we still doing that?
Yeah, for the OneKin,
That was-
just
Yeah.
how they're built, that was going to be the most effective way for them
Right.
to let our people in ASAP.
Perfect.
So I believe as of now we've gotten about 70 of those have been allocated of the 300. So it's been a pretty good response so far.
Has anyone been through the full flow? So I did the sign up yesterday with the Discord, and the last name is Guardians, and then I got the email saying I'm in. Is it in that email that I'll have the actual alphanumeric code for that sticker claim?
So what's going to happen is, I think you've already input your name in Guardians. So they're going to send you an email to give you access to the OneKin beta. So I just keep your eyes peeled out for that. And then you'll sign up to the beta. And then within the beta, there's a claim code that you'll use, and you'll take that over to Gotchi Guardians. And within Gotchi Guardians, unless maybe I'm wrong here, feel free to jump in, correct me, Golden Cross or Lost Local, but you'll basically, you're signing up for an email list, and then when our gaming platform goes live next year, basically that's going to hold all this stuff, we'll be sending out an email to everyone who's on that list, and then you'll be able to claim the sticker. So it's a little bit complex, but nothing that Gotchi King can't handle.
So at least
Yeah,
for now,
I
it's signing up for the OneKin beta for now is what's important.
Yeah. The beta, and then do they, like Lost Local, do they have to do anything else besides that, or are they good? I think they still have to do the claimable code in Guardians, right?
Right. Yeah. So that claimable code, that was the code that we generated. So as far as the flow there go, I just don't want to misspeak on and over confuse anyone right now. But from what I gather, yeah, once they sign up for the OneKin beta, everything else will come through via email and they'll get signed up. And the whole reason for this was that, we're so early in the platform right now that there's like no inventory or anything set up. So there was no way for us to give anybody these items until, the platform is up and running. So it's kind of the reason behind this whole procedure.
Yeah.
I just got through the whole entire workflow of the sticker claim. It works well. Yeah, everything looks fine on that pathway.
Yeah, and there's a lot more coming. This is really just the beginning of this partnership. Lots more to announce. Can't wait. So get on over to OneKin, and the sticker is it's cool. It's like a Gotchi OneKin collab, and yeah, it'll be an emote, a sticker in Guardians. So little swag, little OG swag for you guys. Just the beginning, just the tip of the iceberg with the OG swag that's coming. Tudor is in the house. How we doing, big eyes? Andy, do you want to talk about any of the updates that are coming in Spirit Force? And then also, I do want to get Thrax up here to give everyone kind of a TLDR on the changes he's been making to the Discord here that are really going to open us up for being like more of a gaming centered Discord. We got Oliver. Hello, sir. Yeah, Thrax is officially the king of Discord now.
Always has been.
Okay, yeah, we got Andy coming up, and then Thrax, and then maybe Oliver. You guys will be talking a lot during the DAO hour as well.
Hey everyone.
Hey, sir.
GM.
Everyone.
It's yeah, we need a new one for GA for its afternoon over here in England. I don't think it works quite as well as GM or GG.
It's always
for
GM
that
somewhere. So.
GG.
it is
yeah.
exactly. It's always happy hour somewhere. How's it going, everyone?
Really
Good.
well.
So I guess it's been, as Dan said, it's been a big week for both our games here. I don't think we meant to kind of disrupt each other by flooding the market with both our games on Friday or early Saturday morning. But yeah, hopefully you've seen the updates to Spirit Force Arena that there are there, and hopefully you've seen as well that I've added a little section sometimes on items that are kind of upcoming, so that you guys get a better sense that we're not just fixing or reacting to the current game, but we do have like a more long-term plan, and we also have like new things kind of in the pipeline as well. But obviously, first things first, big elephant in the room is obviously we want more people jumping into the game. We are a online shooter, and therefore, of course, if there's no one actually online right now, then of course we've heard from you guys that that would well, it'd be lovely if we could fix that. And therefore, obviously, in the latest edition, we've now added AI powered Gotchis to be fighting against, and obviously this is very important with the likes of people like Wonkin and Hyperplay and other platforms that we are on, that we like Carve, for example, that any new players that do come along always have a great experience. So yeah, hopefully this kind of shows that we are thinking of that experience first and then refining and adding more features on top of that at a later date.
Has anyone played the latest build yet?
Yeah, Smokescreens and I spent a lot of time with it yesterday.
Nice.
Very,
what do you
very
think?
pleasing. Very, very pleasing. I mean, for just him and I and all the AI fill-ins for the rest of it, it's still very engaging. 2 flags dropped in on us and beat my butt there at the end with a nasty bridge tactic.
Well, yes,
it's
Are you talking about Guardians or Spirit Force?
Guardians right now, yeah.
Oh, okay. What
Yeah,
about Spirit Force?
So much
Anyone played
rotation to
that yet?
manage.
There's so much, like we didn't want to drop both games on the same or almost the same day, but just that's how the cookie crumbled this week before Christmas vacation. But this new Spirit Force build is very dope. I definitely would recommend people getting in there and giving it a try and play with the Gotchis. And also just there's some really nice visuals that the team has been adding as well. There's like a whole day and night cycle that's it's gorgeous in that room. They've made a lot of progress on the visuals and just overall game balancing. And now adding in the Gotchis really makes it much easier to find a game.
Yeah, we've also incorporated health regen. Obviously, that is a kind of legacy thing that is available from wearables and from traits, and therefore now that combat seems to have settled down in terms of its balancing, we're now bringing health regen back. So obviously, all of you who have got particular wearables or Gotchis with that health regen trait, ultimately, eventually, you will have that advantage over other Gotchis, but of course not a unbalanced advantage, because somebody else will have slightly higher armor, somebody else will have slightly higher AP regen, or just AP in general. So we need to constantly monitor these things and introduce them kind of step by step to ensure that all the important items that you've bought, all the important traits that you've improved through the use of Gotchi XP or any other manner get rewarded, essentially, whilst also maintaining a fair and balanced game too.
Yeah, you want to leak anything upcoming after the break?
I was about to say, I was going to say, can I have permission to leak some alpha here?
Let's do it.
Please do.
Yeah. So, on the horizon, right now you can jump into games and have fun, and that's great, and then you jump out of it and you get on with your lives, right? Because there's not much meta, if any, right, to the game. There's no incentive to come back for another game beyond, of course, the actual game being fun, but there's nothing kind of rewarding you or allowing you to come back game after game after game and always feel like you are improving, always feel like there's a carrot on the stick to earn. And therefore, on the horizon, the team are kind of working on quite a large system of suite of functionality in there, known as the profile. And these, we haven't quite decided on the name, have we, Dan? But some sort of badge slash feat slash medal slash
Yeah.
challenge, whatever it may be, right? Which are these kind of meta game ask reward systems where even if you're in last place, even if you're the first person to go out in a match, it doesn't matter because there are these challenges to complete as well, like for example, liquidators, or for example, log in twice, once on Saturday, or fly for 10 minutes straight, or survive for more than 2 minutes, etc., etc. That is what we're on right now. It's part of a much larger system, which will go across all of our games. Second thing, I don't want to give too much away here, but second thing is Protolix. We are bringing the Protolix back that have been, I mean, they're before my time when I arrived, but from what I've gathered, from what the team has been talking about, the community members that I may have spoken to as well, it seems like Protolix didn't have much functionality available, and therefore, much like potions, which are on the 1 and 2 buttons within the game, we're now going to allow you to bring Protolix into the arena as well on the 3 and 4 buttons as well. So you can see that we are growing the tactics, strategy, and functionality that is available within the arena, much like a kind of MMO RPG, something like Diablo or Lost Ark or Destiny or things like that, where you have a kind of suite of options that will help you within combat. So anybody that does currently have Protolix, again, are going to be rewarded because you'll soon be able to take them into the arena. And if you don't, then we'll be describing how they're going to work as they come along, as they come online and get implemented into the game. But yes, that's going to give you an advantage in the game and allow you for different types of tactics to be used. So there you go. Two big things on the horizon.
So TLDR, people will be able to craft stuff outside of the game. And then optionally, if you want, you can bring a couple items into each game.
Yes.
Get
If
like
you
a small
own them,
advantage.
exactly. If you own them, they will always be an advantage to you. So if you, within the concept is you will be able to go to a potion shop or a Protolix shop or some other type of shop that I'm not going to spill the beans on right now, and craft items directly in the game as if you were going into a shop and purchasing it with your Alchemica and one other item that we are introducing into the game as well. Yeah, you should see that coming in the next few months.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that adds a whole nother dimension of playability, right, to these games that now are making it on these platforms. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
The concept is just like every huge arena shooter, first-person shooter. It's the feeling that every game is like a game of chess, and that it will always be different, no matter what gotcha you walk in there with, what type of combat that you're doing, whether it's close quarters or long range, the slight advantages you have based off your wearables or your traits, the tactics of the other players, the tactics of you versus liquidators and how you work that out, the suite of items that you've crafted that you're taking in there as well. every game should have a million different combinations of how that game is going to go. And of course, when we then introduce 5v5, i.e. team-based play, then it's not just about you going into the game with your advantages, it's how you then craft a team and work together as a team in order to succeed there. So yes, we are adding as many different ways to play the game as possible.
There's no like one dominant meta. It seems like it seems like there's based on player style and how you want to. With the protoliths especially, I could see people creating these things and strategically like releasing them out there. So
exactly, yeah. So I mean, a meta will be generated from this. Already, I get a sense that long range, like being shot from across the map by Brills one too many times has maybe told me that long range shooting has a slight advantage. In which case, yes, we're implementing something which is going to require a little bit of up close and personal interaction with Gotchis in the future. But yes, it's not our remit to essentially just go around nerfing everything. It's our remit to ensure that everything is balanced and all different types of play styles are covered and completely acceptable in the game. And to talk quickly about, I'm sorry, I'm stealing the limelight here. So to talk quickly about different play styles, you'll have noticed that kind of phase one is that we've implemented a calendar in the game, so that players can judge when are the kind of peak times to come into the game and play with each other and get a more guaranteed human game as opposed to an AI game. Second thing you'll have seen is that we've added the event schedule to Discord as well as the new channel, which is, I can't remember what it's called, the gaming sessions, I think it is as well. And then we are also looking at breaking the rules. So we are looking at things we can do in the game that completely break the rule set and make things completely wild. So for example, everyone has infinite AP for an hour. Everyone has double rapid fire. Every ranged weapon is a machine gun. It's melee only. No potions allowed. Those kind of like crazy things, so that players can turn up on very specific hours for both Singapore, European, and PST. Turn up for that game, have a great amount of fun with it, give us feedback, and then obviously ultimately some of those will rise to the top and we may turn into official game modes later down the line. Otherwise you're just turning up and having a fantastic time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, lots in the pipeline.
Are you imagining like someday having like capture the flag or Juggernaut style gameplay modes?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. 5v5 is our priority because we know that there's a fantastic community here and everyone is really, really passionate about Aavegotchi, and therefore we would love for you to be able to play together. And therefore, try. I Bagsy having Addison and Phantasma on my team, but yes, having a game mode where you can play together is priority. And then after that, it becomes very simple then to then start adding capture the flag and control zone and domination and VIP kind of game modes as well to that. So there we go. My dog even agrees in the background.
That's so awesome.
And at the same time, like this is going on, there's also a lot of I don't know if you guys caught the games reel that we put out last week, but there's definitely some Gotchiverse 3D alpha that was leaked in that as well. Let me see if I can pull that video up. But do we have any Andy, you got any little screenshots or anything you'd like to share while we're chatting about your team?
I don't want to share any of the profile-y kind of stuff, unfortunately.
No,
at the moment.
More like gameplay, I guess.
Nothing beyond what I gave Thrax the other day, I'm afraid.
Right. All the alpha's in the video, guys. You gotta watch the video. If you haven't already, there's a lot going on in that video.
Yeah.
Here's one.
I think
little
we may make
scene.
some map changes soon as well. So we may make some changes to how matches end with more of a crescendo. And I think we may make some more little hiding spots so that you have at least some places in the map where you feel slightly safer than you do at the moment. Because at the moment, it's been exactly specifically designed that there's no hiding space everywhere. But it'd be quite nice for those players who are more kind of turtle-like and do like to kind of camp and snipe for them to have a place in the game as well.
Very cool. Thanks for coming on, sir. Spending your Saturday with us.
All good. I am going to head off now. I have a children's birthday party to attend to. So, yes, good to speak to everybody. I'll scroll back through the chat and answer some questions that I've seen pop in there.
Thanks, Andy.
Excellent. Thank you.
I don't know if is Slama on the call. Scrolling through here. If not, then yeah. Has anyone played the latest? I heard a couple of friends have already played the latest Guardians. What do you guys think of the balance changes and all the new stuff that they've added? Quite a bit. Yeah, the bunch of items, the bridge, let's see what else. The bull market is now very, very interesting. Has a cool mechanic.
I like the bridge. It's cool. Weird dynamic. Then you can blow it up.
Yeah, you blow it up, and anyone on the bridge gets thrown off it, like into the side. It's kind of a interesting technique. I like the Gotchi, the spooky Gotchi. Definitely becoming my favorite item. That's a very
roar.
It's kind of OP item almost. It's awesome.
Is that like one of the boosts?
Yeah, it's an item you buy it, and it basically it's like Howl. So it sends out the Gotchi literally gets bigger and looks scary, and then all the liquidators around it run away for a few seconds. So like
nice,
you're down
nice
to the
Howl
wire.
reference.
Yeah, like it can be a really good item if you're down to the wire, like against someone right at the end, and you need an extra 2 or 3 seconds. Boom, you get your Howl.
Coder Dan, do you have any data on the number of downloads we have for Licky's Escape? We were talking about this in Miami, and just be interesting to be able to measure that.
I don't have access to the dev console. I think Golden Cross, you guys had some numbers.
Yeah, I think there were about 100 right there at the end of the very end. So it looked like you guys got about 100 people that onboarded in Miami or around that time. I haven't looked at it in a week though. Just been swamped. But
and remember, this is test flight. This is not it's not the full game, and it's test flight, which has a bunch of friction.
That's a huge friction. Like I had some friends here that they just weren't going to even mess with test flight. They're like, I'll just wait till January. I'm like, all right, fine. So it is a bit of a friction. But I think
gotten a lot of good feedback from kids though.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was just saying it's a good pool to get some feedback from, and even internally, like Andy played through and gave some very detailed feedback on the game, and everybody that takes the time to email Licky at pixelcraftstudios.io, we read those.
Yeah, I was just saying a lot of kids seem to really like it. Like I've seen a bunch of parents with their showing Licky to their kids on iPads and stuff, and they're really digging it.
Yeah, I'll drop the video, but the dude Kinky Bedbugs, he's the one that bought the 600 ETH left-facing Pudgy Penguin. He came by the booth and he tried the game, and he was addicted. I'll drop the video here, but it's a short video, but he was there with Al for a minute. I think it was Al or Soju, just talking and just playing the game. And he's like, yeah, this is fun. And we were able to stop, like watching certain members of the team just on the street stopping people was like great, because they were stopping women and children and showing them game and getting them to actually play and be like, all right, this is pretty cool. So I'm sure T-Bird took a lot of photos of people enjoying it on the street. But at the Gates Hotel, people were like, the crypto savvy people that we can get over and play, they seem to enjoy it a lot.
Dope, yeah. That's what we want. We just like it's a very, very simple, easy onboarding game, and it's fun and just cute. That's the whole point of Lickies, is just like be that entry game. Super easy, no friction. You just download it, and then like, what are these little robots? What's going on here? What are these little things I'm collecting? Just raises a bunch of questions that you need to start exploring a little bit more to start uncovering, and then you discover 9 other games, and you're like, what? What is going on?
It's the entry point. It's like the gateway to everything else. It's really easy to pick up and play Licky's Escape. I showed it to a few people. My girlfriend's like addicted to it, so yeah, that's definitely one we'll be playing for sure.
Yeah.
Coder Dan, can I get
had
some?
my mom playing it. She was loving it too.
Can I get some framing from you? Can we try to compare the Licky's development experience and potential resource consumption compared to, say, like the Freckle Trivia concept of the spotting game that they want to do? What kind of effort did it take the team to produce Lickies?
I think Jesse could probably speak more because he was way more hands-on than I was. But a lot of the effort was on the art side, and obviously Stellar Hobbs making the super fire art. But as far as games, the creator of it had already prototyped a lot of this game like a long time ago, and he just never really released it. So he was thrilled that we were able to like take his game that he made but never released, and then actually skin it with a beautiful this beautiful art, and then update the story and basically make like this hit game. So as far as like resources, a lot of the game design was kind of already done in a way. Like we didn't have to design the levels. He had already done that.
Yeah, it was more of a partnership of convenience and just right people with the right situations lining up. So that said, it still turned out to be, a 6-month long project, but one that really, it was like a very small team, 3-4 people just cooking every week, hitting their kind of deadlines and milestones, and everybody just very, very much about it. So a lot of the design stuff was front loaded, the first Licky doesn't look like the Licky we got. It was a lot of iteration, and the story that took time, but yeah, it was compared to like what we're doing with Spirit Force, or I can't really compare it to Freckle because I don't know enough about it, to say, but it's a very different animal in budget and scope than something like Spirit Force or Gotchi Guardians.
For me, and it's fine if we can't talk about the specifics, or even if you can give me a general tranche or kind of a bucket. I'm just curious about the budget requirements for a project of that scope, so that way we can have better sense for our DAO projects that are asking for scope that for some of us hit like sticker shock, but might be very much in alignment with the cost of projects of these types.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say. Again, this was a very unique situation where, like Dan said, a lot of the work had already been done, and his issue was distribution, and our issue was our introduction to this was like, hey, we can bring the IP and the art and the story. So, on Sticker Shock in general, I will just say, yeah, it's not cheap to build a game. Like, you guys are aware of inflation, and every industry is experiencing it in terms of labor costs and expertise. And so one thing I will say, and I've brought up before, is just like with Oliver's game, like if they're looking to hire, we've seen our own hiring process improve dramatically over the last couple of years by you meet recruiters in different companies, and then you discard them when they don't work out, or you realize they're not all they're cracked up to be. But over 3 years plus, we've got a couple of really good talent recruiting agencies that we're happy to work with. And to be quite frank, like Ballpark, they take theirs when they successfully source someone for you. So then you're going to pay like you know, an extra anywhere from 8 to 12%, probably somewhere in there, of on top of that annual salary for that person. So it's not cheap, but that's just the way the industry is right now, in especially Web3. Depends on the position and if they're doing Web2 or Web3 stuff. But yeah, sticker shock's real, but you gotta probably more often than not, it's probably not enough money to do what you really want to do. That's actually the truth of it. So the burns get high real quick if you don't appreciate it.
Thanks for sharing what you can.
Before we jump into DAO Hour, I do want to give Thrax just a moment here to while we got 60 or so friends hanging out, just to kind of onboard people to how to use the new features he's been working on. Thrax, are you able to talk real quick?
I can try, but my kid is quite upset, so he might start yelling again. Oh, there you go. Hang on one sec.
If he has the mute. Basically, I'm still figuring out myself, but you go to the Start Gaming channel in the Game Center, and at the top, you're going to see different roles: Born to Game, Spirit Force Recruit, Gotchi Guardians, Dropped Crawlers, Alpha Tester. And
yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. You want to go?
Yeah, so basically, the way it's built is that if you want to be notified for games, jump into that Start Gaming category, and you can click whatever button you want. Born to Game is all the games, any game that we're going to ping for that's like community stuff. Spirit Force Recruit, obviously. Gotchi Guardians and Drop Crawlers, you know what those are. Alpha Tester is for, like, for example, I want to test Aavegotchis, so I ping the Alpha Testers. That's not live yet, but it will be. More. The LFG tool. That gaming create voice channel, if you jump in there, it'll spawn a second channel with your username. So that's really useful for things like Dropped. Yeah, you jump into the gaming create voice, and then you go into the Drop channel and type anything, and it'll make an embed with a link to the voice channel. So you can type your room code, for example, and then people can click that and then type the room code in Dropped.
That's pretty dope. So you go in the voice, and then you type a message in the channel that you want people to look in, like if Gotchi Guardian or Dropped, and then it'll automatically make the embed, and people click that, and then they'll join your voice channel. That's pretty dope.
One question for you on that, Thrax. If I spin up a voice channel, do I have to personally invite friends that I want to join that voice channel with me, or how can I clear access for them without me manually adding them?
You shouldn't have to invite them. Like, if people are expecting a game, they can click the embed and automatically join. But like, I should say the system is fully experimental, and I invented it essentially, so it might break.
That's fair. But so the embed should get me right into the voice channel that you spin up.
Yes.
Roger that.
The only thing that doesn't really work yet, like if you, honestly, I don't know if we can do this just in Discord. We might need to have like in-game integrations, but like joining, if I make a room in Gotchi Guardians, I don't want to be in a voice chat with other people that aren't in my room. But for now, this is what we got. So
yeah, I'll have to self-sort that for the time being, probably.
And then one more thing before I dip is that I'm working on it should be working, but it's a little buggy. You should be able to use custom commands. So if you're in the correct channel, let's say you want to play Dropped, and you type !play Dropped, it should ping people in the gaming sessions channel. All right, I gotta go.
That channel also kind of does get a little bit busy. Maybe we might, I don't know, maybe we should clean it a little bit. But yeah, that'll be really cool. If I want to play a Guardians or Spirit Force Arena game with someone, go into the channel and drop that command, and then everyone who's got those roles that we talked about will get pinged to play a game. Even if, I don't know. So if you don't mind a lot of pings, like get all the gaming roles, and if you just want to play games, that's going to be really, really useful.
The way that I find is best is get all the roles that you think are relevant, and then if you've got a work day, like right-click the channel and mute for 8 hours, and then when your work day is done, it'll start pinging you again. You know what I mean? And the other thing, ow, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, never mind. If it comes back to me.
Sorry, man. Sweet.
All right.
So yeah, let's start using that. If you want to play a game, just make it a habit of starting to use this pattern, and more people use it, the more people will continue to use it. And within a month, we'll have a really active gaming community here in the Discord. As more people join from Carve or from GameSwift, which we're going to be launching on very soon as well, or from Onekin, they'll come into our Discord and they'll be like, you know what, this is actually pretty dope. There's people playing games and using the channels. I think it'll be a really nice environment to kind of help onboard people coming in from the outside into this community. So yeah, kudos to Thrax for setting all that up and continuing to work on that. T-Bird, thank you for the boost, sir. Hope you're doing well, man.
Gas is still real high, but T-Bird just dropped some new fake Gotchis, getting licky with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 editions.
Nice.
Only 2 of them are holding bids. 3 of them are still zero bid right now, but gas is like 1,200.
Getting licky with it. That's awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, let's. We got plenty to cover in the dower here, so shall we switch gears, fam?
Hell yeah, I got the agenda, drop that right now. I got a couple friends reached out last minute, so got you guys in there as well. Why don't we start out, I'll rip through these proposals, and then we will get into the other stuff. So, let's see, share my screen here. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have a couple proposals, that just ended. We had Agip 100 and 101 made it through at the end of the year here, so that's perfect. Agip 100 was Aavegotchis that got 11 million ghost, so it met quorum pretty easily there, and 89% of the DAOs in favor of this. So this is the Aavegotchis project by Thrax, and so a PvP battler style game, and pretty stoked for that. That's V1. And then we got, let's see, Agip 101, which is Aavegotchi, and this was by Lagan. This is a reworked version of the original proposal. Got 12 million ghosts worth of votes and 91% in favor of this. So there's the light paper there if you guys want to check it out. And this is a kind of tactical RPG with a roguelite and a puzzle game, kind of a hybrid kind of deal. So looking forward to that as well. And then let's see here. Let me just rip through the rest of these proposals, and I know some of these friends want to come up and speak as well. So dropped. So this is the drop proposal, and if y'all aren't familiar with dropped, this is Oliver Spoon's game, DAO funded game, dungeon crawler. It's been pretty popular. Tournament going on currently, and I'm sure we'll get an update on that here shortly. This one is so close to meeting quorum, guys. 500,000 ghost out from meeting quorum, and we got 66% of the DAO currently in favor of this, 5.6 million ghost, and 33% on the other side there. And let's see here, how long do you have for this? I think you have 12 hours. So it's probably, if you're in this call right now, probably best to get your votes in for that one. So we're almost across the finish line for that. This one's by Dr. Wagme, but there's been extensive DAO discussion around this one. Some strategic opportunities for the DAO here, where we're at in the market, and potentially taking some of our DAI and turning it into about $3 million worth of ETH as a sort of a hedge against the rest of our treasury. And, there's a couple good reasons for that. Aside from diversification, a little reduced DAI exposure, we're hedging it against inflation in a way because it's a non-fiat asset. There's some capital appreciation, of course, right? There's always an upside to that. And then we have access to some DeFi opportunities, which we'll discuss in the new year. Once we've actually made the acquisition, what are some of the things that DAO could see as reasonable DeFi opportunities? And then, of course, pretty simple, straightforward acquisition here in, I believe, a few tranches, multiple tranches over a period of, I don't see here immediately, but I think it's in the proposal, the acquisition schedule of it. 6 weekly tranches of 500,000 DAI each. So this one's 7.8 million out of 9 million Ghost of Quorum, so very close again. And it looks like there's a large majority in favor of this, 81%. So we just need to meet quorum for that, and then we can get it done. So, and then lastly here we have an ATF upgrade. So this is the Arcade Task Force. Earlier in the year, I think it was Agip. I can't remember what Agip it was, 57 or something like that, 54. So Agip 54, the ETF was formed, and that was they were allocated 100,000 Ghost and 70 fake cards to their treasury wallet. There's initial hard limit, a hard cap of 500 Ghost per game for funding events around those games. And they, I've kind of been looking at the discussion. There's some good discussion happening, but updating it now to a more expanded scope for these funds, because they've been honestly kind of underutilized over the last year. So 4,000 Ghost per calendar year to fund their gaming prize pools, 5 fake Gotchi cards per calendar year to be used as part of their game competitions, and 1,000 Ghost per calendar year to assist with server hosting costs, playtest funding, fake Gotchi artist commissions, some marketing and other activities that could help raise awareness for these competitions. So I think there's some great benefits here with some updated ATF members. So we have Slick, PG, Scrooger, myself, Mycalm, Lagan, and Chair. And get your votes in on this one, friends. We're not allocating any additional funds. This is just to give permission for them to update their scope from the original proposal. So this one should be a pretty easy one. 6.8 million out of 9 million Ghosts currently, and 90% in favor of that. So that is the proposals there. Rip through those pretty quick, but maybe have a second look. You have 12 hours on the dropped, 1 day on the other two. So better to get your votes in now than to wait on that. And with that being said, I know we have some friends on stage here. Lagan, if you'd like to come up as well. I think Oliver, Spoon, Light Piglet, and Lagan, I know you guys had some updates for the DAO, so I'd like to invite you all up here. And we have Oliver Spoon up here already, so welcome.
Thanks, guys, and GM to you all. Wow, I'm just looking at this competition, man, and it's like gone crazy. So a few days ago, like 100K has always been like the 4-minute mile for us, and we kept getting closer and closer to that mark. And as soon as it broke, we're now within like 1 day at 250,000 points, and it's just like blowing my mind. And the max depth is now 87 on a solo run.
Jeez.
I have no idea how that's
Oh my
possible. Like if I make it to 25, I'm proud of myself.
Is that with the prize Gotchi? Because I've seen that prize Gotchi make it repeatedly, or one of those two make it repeatedly down into those deeper levels.
Yeah, so the top prizes are for the high score, and that's the Gotchis. The max depth is just a pickaxe, but I think it's more for clout that people are doing the max depth than the actual prize. But yeah, we got the really nice the two BRS like 552 and 553 for top 1 and 2, and then we have some mid Gotchis for like the top duo, and the top solo gets a pretty nice Gotchi as well. I think he's like a 540, so a pretty juicy Bitcoin Gotchi.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
leaderboard shifts around quite a bit. We're looking at that.
Yeah, I think we got like three or four solid teams that are just going back and forth, just smashing the records of each other's every few hours. Yeah, and pretty cool. We just did like our Santa hat giveaway for like sharing your media, and it went to a girl in Latvia, a 10-year-old girl in Latvia won the hat. She's been playing the game, so just dropped that her way, and she seems pretty pumped about that.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, it's feels nice
10-year-old
to.
girl in Latvia? What? How did she find this?
I have no idea, but she's been playing, and yeah, she's pretty pumped to get the hat. I'll send you her account, and you guys can have a look. And then yeah, our prop is live. There's it's almost to quorum now. I just refreshed it. We got 400,000 votes to go. So I hope we're gonna skin by here and smash and just smash through it with a few hours to spare. And we did update. There was some questions around like the revenue model. So I was working with one of our top community members, and we were coming up with some really good ideas on how to. There she is. Yeah, Sir Link is shared. Some more ideas on how to get some revenue for the DAO for the game as it expands. So we have some pretty novel ideas there that we dropped in a few days ago to make it a bit more attractive on the revenue end. And yeah, just pretty pumped for the next phase and really appreciate all the support.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody have any questions regarding the drop proposal currently live? I know there were some questions that I'd seen. I can't remember where I saw, maybe in the main chat for the game about like the ownership of it. You know, so the I guess this game, the DAO is paying the team to create dropped, and then after that, does the revenue model, is it going to be separate from what the DAO like? Does the DAO have any sort of ownership stake in this? You know, by funding this full version?
Yep, so that's a good question, and that's something Slick and I were talking about. And we see ourselves as agents of the DAO. So, like in a sense, we're structuring it where you're commissioning us to make the game for the DAO. So the game is owned by the DAO essentially. We have the revenue model, but the game itself will be for the DAO, and how we choose to navigate with the code is up to us. You know, us being the DAO, not us, Oliver Spoon and Slick.
Yeah, thank you for making that. Yeah, that's a good clarification there.
And so, like, what I mean is, like, the DAO, if we want to open source the game, we can, but that then, of course, makes the game open source. The DAO may not want to do that, but the DAO would be the key holders for that decision. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can we simplify it the other way there, Oliver? What rights would y'all retain?
So we retain like the creative direction through the launch of the game. So to not make everything like a sig prop on every decision that gets decided on for the game, we would be the directors of the game as it gets created. And then once it's launched, you know, we can maintain, like, we can be the custodians of the game. But yeah, we would be the DAO's game.
Okay, yeah, very cool. Yeah, friends, go vote. Call your friends.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense, or is there any more clarity I can give on that?
That works for me. Yeah, you just have so much. There's so much to process. Honestly, it's a lot to think through. You. By the way, kudos on your depth of intel, and your presentation for this whole thing has been one of the more comprehensive proposals. So way to give us all the information we need. Now we just have to digest it.
Thanks. And you know, my DMs are open all night. So any last minute questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer anything you might have.
Yeah, awesome. Excellent. Well, with that being said, we have another game designer on stage here as well. Lagan, welcome up.
GM, everyone.
GM.
Yeah, guys, I just wanted to share a quick update on what's going on with Aavegotchi. I mentioned on the channel earlier that we were working on a new mechanic, and I just want to show you guys a little quick preview of it right now.
Nice.
So I'm going to drop a video. Just give me a second. I'm also going to drop a screenshot of like the design for the UI that's done in like Illustrator, not in the actual Unity project, but sort of the design that we're going to try to build towards. It's loading, by the way.
There we go.
There you go. So the idea is that we added this sort of like a playmaker mode where instead of getting to see your actions, like you don't get to do them one by one. You kind of have to like plan out your whole move in one go, sort of like how a coach would like plan out like a play in like a football game or something like that. And then you confirm the moves list, and it sort of like you watch everything play out in a sort of like chain reaction. It's pretty cool. We've been messing with the mechanic for a couple of days now, and it's pretty fun. So I think this is gonna stay.
This is awesome. This adds like a level of customizability to the whole like experience.
Yeah, we're really trying to build like a really fun base mechanic, and like especially with this new idea, like we have a lot of cool plans for like different game modes that can use this as well. So I don't want to give away too much alpha right now, but like consider this as a sort of like basic mode where the goal is to basically save up enough mana to be able to escape through the portal. So each round you're allotted a certain amount of mana or something else, whatever. I don't know exactly what it's going to be called yet, but it acts like mana, and every action, like a hit or an attack, placing a harvester or moving even, costs 1 mana. So it becomes like this resource management thing where like you can try to save up your moves, but if you take damage, then you get like punished hard, and you come in with less mana the next round. So you got to like utilize your mana wisely, and also like the more harvesters you add, the more you get per round, basically. So you sort of have to like build up your mana till you can escape, and then you progress to the next level.
Oh, I like the animations too. They're really cool.
Thank you. And yeah,
there's a long
pretty
game
much
to
it
this
right now.
for sure with the mana and everything. Like, you know, you gotta be thinking like Jesse says here, like chess playing moves in your head, but you gotta put them all down on the map up front, and then also manage your resources.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, guys, everything's moving along nicely and like on time. Should have something up for you guys to be able to test really soon. I know I've said that before, but still holds true.
Leg, I want to thank you. You followed along with the Thrax model of these. You recrafted the proposal in the perfect way, and the lower ask, more of a demo mode or an alpha mode. This is definitely a great route that I enjoy, and so I appreciate you having gone back to the drawing board and kind of taking a different approach and angle to this. And it's really cool to watch all the progress.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I wanted to really like keep the ask minimal just to make sure that I get the pass, I get the win, because like I said before, like the plan is to show you guys something that you're really gonna like. Hopefully, this is gonna be one of the top games for sure, and I'm excited for you guys to all try it.
Hey, I want to ask you one quick hard question. Sorry, this has all been so exciting to me to get plugged back in because y'all have all been building so hard. What has been the part that you found most difficult in terms of trying to create a project?
Most difficult in terms of trying to create a project? That's a good question. I mean, I guess the difficult part would be like getting the funding, because everything else has been like plugging along nicely. Like, you know, I've been working on this in my spare time for like the better part of like half a year now. But yeah, it's been slowly progressing. Of course, if there was more funding, I could have moved along a lot faster. And I'm glad I took this decision. I had originally planned on not asking for any funding at all until there was a playable demo. But I took the decision to like speed up the process a little bit because I thought it was necessary, and like the time is ripe right now. lots of games are getting approved, and I think our game stands a really good chance to compete with some of the top games that we've seen so far. So I'm glad I made that decision, and I hope you guys are gonna like the game.
Definitely. And we don't want to cultivate a culture of developer martyrdom. So yeah, that's hopefully with things like DTF 2.0, and I'm sure Hefe will talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, well done, Lagan.
Awesome, thanks guys.
Go peep his fake gotchis too. I don't know if they're still out there in the wild, but I've seen some go through the queue. So, or whoever got those.
Oh yeah. I was just trying to mint that with the one that's in the queue right now, but gas is a little bit crazy.
Well, you still got, and there is one Portal Rage still active right now. 3 days left.
Right, there's a little mini battle going on there between a couple of friends.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for the update. I think a lot of us are pumped for this, and yeah, we look forward to it, man. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Peace.
Next up, we got Light Piglet from the Gotchiverse. GM friend.
GM everyone. So we're back from Basel. I would say that generally it was a success. We had a great response to Lickies. We got about 100 email signups from people that aren't in Gotchi Gang already to start sending them emails from the curve and maybe updates about Lickies. I'm not sure exactly what Pixelcraft has planned for that. And then our next event coming up, the big one, ETH Denver. So I just want to shout that out. Everybody should come. It's a free event if you can get here. We will try to have a Gotchi Lodge going. Hopefully we can get some free room and board for people that are just showing up and not working. Of course, we will have a larger crew this time for ETH Denver. It is expected to be a much bigger event than Art Basel. So please fill out the form. I will drop the ITF form here first. And this is if you want to work, please let me know.
Yeah, we roll deep at ETH Denver.
Huh?
I said we roll deep at ETH Denver.
That's right. And then for if you're just going to attend, want to hang out with the Gotchi Gang, I just want you to let me know your t-shirt and pant size on this form. Because we are doing the swag wearables thing. It might not be a shirt. It might not be pants, but at least I have a good idea of your size. I got some cooler ideas. We might not do something so basic, so we'll see what happens. And other than that, I don't really have much.
Hey Piglet, I'm having trouble opening that second link that you dropped. It might just be the URL's bugged up.
Maybe let me see. Oh, yep. Let me fix that for you.
Guys, if y'all have never been to ETH Denver yet, last year was my first time, and I've already been thinking since last February of how to get myself back there again this year. It was a really impressionable experience and something I'm very much looking forward to again.
I feel the same way. I will say I'm more excited now because we have time to plan things out. Like it's, with the benefit of having the funding in advance, we can book the housing very soon. We can book flights.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be much cheaper than every other iteration that we've done before of this where it's been DAO funded because we kind of had to do it at the last minute. So it should be great. And those Gotchi, the holiday sweaters, the green ones we're gonna have to mix the green and the pink because they look great.
Be the right, it'll be the right climate for it too.
Smoother with lots of planning. We did get our funding doled out right before Art Basel, so it was a little bit of a hassle to kind of bring everything together, but we made it work. So shout out to Soju, T-Bird, No Futuristic, Al, Pistachio, Moto, my friend who's been an OG Gotchi Gang, who happened to show up, send it. He was super helpful, man on the street. Nadiel, 1984, and the Pixelcraft guys that were out there. Everybody was a great help, and I want to keep this going.
Yeah. Grateful to have the Gotchi greeters here and being able to execute these high level events. So yeah, looking forward to ETH Denver. Check out those forums that you dropped there in the chat. Get your name on that list, whether you were interested in working or just being part of Gotchi Gang.
And last thing is that I will have a quarterly report with treasury details and more, informational stuff relevant to Art Basel, probably just after Christmas, New Year's, right around then.
Nice. Excellent.
Let me give it just a little bit of help there too on the ETH Denver part. So the application is open. ETH Denver is free to attend. They're doing some different stuff this year though. So SporkDAO was launched I think in 2021, and so they are requiring you to stake Spork token before you apply to ETH Denver in order to qualify for your free ticket. Otherwise, if someone's just retail attending ETH Denver, it's $599 to attend ETH Denver. Spork coin is dirt cheap. It's less than a penny. It's available on Polygon, and the staking is on Polygon. And so just be aware, you'll want to at least grab one. All you have to do is stake one Spork. You stake one Spork, and you're able to claim your free Denver ticket.
I have plenty of Spork to give anybody if anybody needs it to get a free ticket.
And I do see Choina there in the chat. Choina is mentioning that he did this exact process and has already been allocated to the waitlisting. So there might be some waitlisting occurring for Denver. So don't delay, friends. People are going to jump on it heavy.
Yeah, sounds good. Absolutely. And I also see a comment from Golden Cross here in the chat. Pixelcraft sponsorship package for ETH Denver is locked. So we're going to do it big this year, friends. I think last year was a great first run, but I think we're going to one-up it this year. So
yeah, we have we'll have an official booth and a 10-day presence at the Blockchain Arcade. So there is going to be plenty going on for a sustained period of time in Denver for Denver this year.
One thing I learned last year too is I personally was there for far too long. What did we get there, guys? Like the 24th? We were there till like the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
That ended up being massively over ambitious for actual like important timeline to be there. So friends that can only be there for maybe a couple days or just the main event or just the weekend of, that'd still be really fun for you.
Yeah, content creation.
Yeah, and it might be worth coordinating that too. Oh, sorry, no future.
No, I was gonna say for content creation, it was fun because we had the extra time to kind of just get to know the Gotchi gang and set up and get ready. And then by the time we got to the event, we were already supercharged where everybody was coming in like kind of at zero, and we were able to like kind of steamroll them with this big like Gotchi gang energy. So there is some benefit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I do know that this year there is going to be a overlap with Build Week and the Blockchain Arcade. So the Blockchain Arcade is going to run for the entire duration of ETH Denver from Build Week through the convention. So it may be worthwhile within the DAO to maybe delegate different groups, like maybe some folks that want to be more gaming and build centered may want to attend a few days in that first half, and then different folks come in for the actual convention part. I know being on the floor and socializing and having to talk to 1 million people isn't everyone's cup of tea, so there's an opportunity here to let people who are more comfortable networking and spreading the word amongst devs and game developers to do that in that early part.
Well, Soko, I have a quick question. Since we have a booth and stuff, will we be able to get people through that are waitlisted and have them as workers, quote unquote?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
And we'll definitely have to, we'll have some meetings on what our staff looks like, but I think that this would definitely be more of a presence than what we had in Miami, because this is going to be a very active networking and onboarding environment. So we're going to want to make sure that we've got plenty of people who are dedicated to specific tasks.
Agreed.
yeah, sounds good, friends. On the ETH Denver front, is that what we everything we have for the ETH Denver front for updates?
Yep, I'm all good.
All good. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I think it makes sense to cover all this now, get some of the information up front for friends who are kind of thinking about it. You should be there, friends. Make it out there. We'd love to get to know you.
When did we start planning Eat Denver last year, Hefe?
I think we started talking about it 3 months out, and then we didn't get the funding till I think about a month before, so it was pretty expedited, you could say.
Yeah, this is a nice big improvement. Let me give a specific shout out to Awkward AI because he's always out there in the crowd talking about his love for organizing and planning. So I know he had last year on the tail end of the event, he had some really interesting merch and vendor strategies. So might be something worth reawakening there.
Yeah, absolutely, friends. With that being said, I would like to open the stage up. I think that's all we have for updates. Like to open the stage up for, I know we've had some ongoing discussions about providing liquidity as well as introducing some potions. So if there's, I know Coder Dan, Golden Cross, you guys are on stage. If you'd like to speak on that, maybe recent developments or anything really.
Yeah, for sure. I'm drafting the SIG prop kind of as we speak. I'm looking at it right now. It's work in progress. And so heads up on that. I know it's getting harder and harder to reach quorums. I see congrats to dropped. It looks like they just busted through the 9 million that was needed. So congrats. That's awesome. But yeah, with that in mind, and especially the holidays coming, we do want to get this out soon. And just, you know, everyone that's voting, it really matters. Every vote counts, especially right now with how difficult it is to reach quorum for any proposal. So be on the lookout. It's going to be regarding the 600K that we've been talking about the last 2 weeks, 600K Ghost to Skynet trading. And it's a 12-month loan, and I think it's generally been well received. There's been a couple questions in the Discord. Dan's done a great job answering those. I think if anyone here has additional questions, I'm here to answer them. But yeah, we'll probably put that prop out pretty soon. It seems like everybody's generally aware of what it is about, and might as well see if we can get more liquidity for Ghost on the centralized exchanges. I think we'll have it out by Monday, Hefe. That's kind of the plan. So kick off the week with a new SIG prop.
Nice. Okay, yeah. That's awesome. You know, for friends that don't know, like providing liquidity is really important when we have new players coming in, especially larger amounts of capital. It's good to have liquidity on platforms, especially if we're listed everywhere. So and then I know the other conversation was also around potions, and I know Coder Dan, you were speaking on this last week about potions, XP, introducing XP potions and kinship potions. Is there are you still waiting for further feedback, or is there like a specific timeline you're thinking of introducing this into the arena and all that?
No, it's I think it was just a case of we were getting some feedback on it, and then we're gonna take that and probably make a SIG prop. Well, first we'll make a thread on it. It's been an insane week as we go into holiday season here. So there's been too much shipping happening to get that prop written. But I did take notes on the last call, and I'll try to get that prop after we get out the one for this Skynet prop proposal. Next one will probably be, well, there's a couple props that'll be coming, but the potions one will be one of those for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, that's a ongoing discussion, friends. So check that out in the forum. There's a forum post out there on that. So if you'd like to provide your input, your two ghost on how the XP potions and kinship potions could be distributed and all that, provide your feedback in there. I see, yeah, Mike Callum, you're posting the top 10 spots for Ghost. And yeah, you can see the need for depth increases there, because if you're going in with any larger than those amounts, you can experience, you're going to experience some slippage, which can be a deterrent for some people. All right. And so for me, DTF 2.0, I've been working with FIFO and some of the other DTF 2.0 members. We took all your feedback from the last call, as well as the forum. I think the forum discussion has how many? 405 posts in there. So there's been a lot of discussion around that, and I appreciate all of it. Everything on it really has been helpful, and just want to let you all know that we're reworking the proposal, taking in the feedback there, and probably give it till the next DAO meeting. We can have something to present. Just a heads up, we probably won't be calling the DTF anymore. Maybe we're thinking Gotchi grants. There's some other names in the works, but that's part of it too. Is just making sure that our message of what we're trying to accomplish with the proposal is very specific and has a purpose. Yeah, GG, exactly. So that's just for me, from my end, and so there's just a couple things left to cover here, really, and we can open it up after that. I wanted to know what the DAO wants to do for the upcoming holiday schedule, because we have the next Saturday would be the 23rd, and then the next one after that is the 30th. Are we thinking we're still going to have the Saturday DAO calls for the next 2 weeks? Do y'all feel like a holiday kind of break is warranted? What is everyone's thoughts on that? I know last year we took some time off. I can't remember what days, but
yeah, I think if I remember correctly, like last year was literally, I think the Saturday was like on Christmas, and then on New Year's it was like really bad timing. This year, it's gonna be the 23rd, so not too bad. I'll probably be around. I mean, Pixelcraft, we are going to be, most of our core team everyone's going to be on break, but I'm sure there'll be people around if there's any emergencies. But we will be on break. But most likely I'll be around. So as long as I have the bandwidth, I don't never mind jumping on to chat with my Gotchi Gang fam here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, we got so many games to play, so yeah, you guys should have lots of practice on these games before shit really gets real next year.
Yeah, quick question, guys. I was thinking about changing the name Stratagotchi, because Stratagotchi was the name of the original game, right? It was a completely different game back then. It was a board game that was redesigned to be digital. I was thinking about something more along the line of like Gotchi Tactics or something like that. What do you guys think?
I think you could do some workshop in there for sure. I think I understand the origins of the Stratagotchi, and I thought that was well referenced. But I also understood completely with you on Gotchi Tactics, and I understand your reference there. And I think that your gameplay is more reminiscent of tactic style games.
Yeah.
I like the word
I think
tactics.
it's definitely gonna change. I just don't know what to, but I don't know. Kind of like in Gotchi Tactics right now.
We're kind of like on the opinion that like not every game needs to have Gotchi in it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Tactics is a great word.
Yeah, tactics is a good word, especially now with this new like system that I implemented. It really feels like you're like making a play, like you're. So, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. Tactical, that's kind of fun. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely don't have to stick to one name. Think pick a name that you feel fits your game the best. Like the Drops team changed from Gotchi Crawlers to Dropped. I like it.
Yeah, that was a cool choice for the name. It's very universal and it rolls off the tongue easy. I like
what
that.
genre is like Stratagotchi in? Like if you go to Steam or something, like what genre is it?
That's a good question. It's like it's sort of like a mix between a puzzler and like a tactical RPG. So like a tactical RPG light, something like that. I like a light tactics game, I would say.
It's turn based, isn't it?
Yeah,
Turn-based,
turn-based
yeah.
tactics.
But then again, that's like basing it off of the current mode. Like I said, like we really have like a lot of plans for different modes, and each mode is going to essentially like feel like a different game. So like think about like if people played like Brawl Stars, how they have like different modes. So we want to have like well, I'll give away one of the things that we're working on right now is like a PvP soccer match. So using the same tactics, you'll be like trying to score goals basically on the other team, and stuff like that. So we have a couple of different ones that I don't want to like give away right now, but that was one of the ones that like we've already started mapping out.
It was based on, like, I know you guys have changed it a lot, but it was based on another game, right? What was the category? Like what are like the keywords for that game?
Into the Breach?
Yeah.
I guess it would be like something similar like that, like a light tactics game. I'm not sure what they would call that. Like a roguelite / tactics game.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
For
like for the
newbies.
game center, we're gonna, one of the improvements we want to make is like start adding categories to games, and then have like a kind of a separate page for each category. So
Yeah.
there's not gonna be a lot, right? We don't have like 80 different roguelite games, but we'll have like a like Golden Cross said, for the SEO, it'll be cool to have like, Web3 roguelite games or something like that people,
Right. It could
someone
have like
Google's
different
like,
tags.
yeah,
Like
and then have like a separate
roguelite,
page,
yeah,
so Google will just,
tactical, yeah, strategy,
so I'm just thinking
turn-based.
like for your game and any of the other games that you guys are building, like try to have it as like a set category. Into the Breach is like strategy, I guess, turn-based, indie, mechs. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Cool.
guess I got to know how to like really narrow that down.
Any other points you're talking about? So I think we will have like a call next week if you're around to host the Dower.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Yeah.
have a call. And
Yep. I know there's some recommendations. Maybe we can have more of a chill. Well, depending on what we have during the week. But if we don't have too much, I know we'll probably give an update from our side on the Gotchi grants side of things. Maybe have some sort of a rough draft of a proposal, maybe even. And other than that, maybe I don't like. What are you thinking for the hangout? We could have like a gaming session or something more chill, unless you guys have other big announcements. Up to you guys.
yeah, I love the gaming session. It's just right now, everyone's in their own game, so it's a bit chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
We might have 8 people in a game in Guardians and 5 people in Spirit Force. Everyone's just like talking over each other.
Yeah,
but we do have like organized gaming times, so I would really recommend, like, if you guys want to play any of the games, especially Spirit Force or Guardians, definitely head over to those new channels and like just be kind of check when they're happening and set some timers and stuff just to know that's when people will be around, and or you can also RSVP to the events and stuff. But yeah, I totally agree with Hardcore. The more we use these new tools, the more they will get used, and more people will know about them, and it'll just snowball. But for next week's hangout, I'll probably just be chilling. I'm sure there'll be stuff happening, or once you guys have played the new builds a little bit more, I'd love to hear more feedback on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to like the streamers, because I see Brill's dropping this in the chat here. I know they do their game nights. Orium's been doing game nights, and we also see Gotchi Bulls, who's been like streaming like crazy. Even like I was watching his like raffles was like late at night. I was like falling asleep. I was watching him enter his raffles. So it's awesome. We got some Gotchi content out there now too.
Yeah, and like if you guys are active on X or Twitch or anything, like we have games that are live and in more and more playable format. So definitely don't be shy. Like if you see streamers talking about games, they're like, what game should I be playing? Send them over to the game center or send them some links of the games. Never hurts. Like people are still very open to like learning about new Web3 games right now. So definitely don't be shy on X. Or if you yourself are streaming, reach out to some streamers and do like a co-stream together.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and say absolutely, guys. If you want to tag dropped, I'm 100% keen to talk to any streamers or jump into a game with them. Would love to get some more exposure for us.
Yeah, congrats on your proposal.
Let's all just become streamers. We're all just going to become streamers.
And thank you, Hefe. Thank you for that. Yeah. Oh man, it's so overwhelmed. I'm like shaking a little bit right now with excitement. Just trying to
you should be, boy. This is the big leagues now. You got something to give us.
Yeah, we're pumped, man. I know. Slick and I are going to pour everything we got into this to make something really special for us all.
And remember again, too, very clearly that y'all are not alone. You know, don't kill yourselves over this, and make sure you always communicate with the DAO on what's happening.
Absolutely. And, you know, we have our monthly deliverables where we'll be showcasing what we've got so far. And we have the community play tests slated in there throughout the year as well. So we're not just going to be in the dark. We'll be keeping you guys updated every step of the way.
I'm sure Hardcore will as well.
Absolutely, Matt. Oh, man, what a gem. He's been so incredible in helping us shape the game. All the playtesters really, but yeah, Hardcore is really, he's hardcore when it comes to gaming.
If you're not in their server, friends, definitely go hop in there and be part of the experience. I know I wasn't in there for a little bit, but it's a whole different experience being in the server, talking to everybody playing the game, seeing the leaderboard shuffle around, people talking, talking smack and stuff. It's good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And I'm going to do a little giveaway on Twitter. I'm typing it up now to whoever guesses the closest score. We got 3 days left, so really curious to see where we end up.
That's right. Yes. And got some big prizes up there. So definitely go get your score in. I know right after this call, if FaZe is still down and maybe if someone else is still down, I'd like to get up in it and give it a shot and see. I'm not the best yet, but I have been practicing a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. Get my name on the boards at least.
And remember, if you guys have not already, to sign up to the One-Kin beta, so you'll be eligible for that claimable when it comes out. But yeah, great call, guys. Great hangout. Great DAO. And see you next week. I'll be playing games during my day tomorrow. Gotchi Guardians and Spirit Force. Looking forward to finally being able to play some games in there. So if you guys are around Asia time or like late US, let's play some games. I'm gonna go get the rolls right now.
Very quickly before we sign off, I met somebody in Miami. They were like pitching like a community poker game kind of thing. It's a thing where we could set up our own tournament. Is there any interest in the DAO from that? Because I told them, hey, I can help you go through the DAO process, but I need, I want to see if there's actually any interest in DAO, sponsored or organized poker tournaments that are token gated, I guess, with our Gotchis.
There is some work being done on our side with the poker. It's just poker is a very, very sensitive thing. So it's got to be done properly. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't need to build it. There's enough third-party platforms out there right now for the immediate that if y'all are thinking something internally out, I can't imagine that we would be building with someone externally. There's a lot of these poker builders right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we're not building it from scratch.
Yeah, so I'll
partner
let
with
them know.
the
Yeah,
team.
because they met me in Miami and they're like, hey, we run this kind of thing. So I'm like, hey, maybe the community. I don't know what Pixel Craft's plans are, but if it's coming soon, TM, then it makes more sense to go that route.
Yeah, but it depends. Like, I don't know what kind of proposal would be. If the game is already there and you guys, Gotcha Game could go over there and play, and then when our game goes live, maybe you guys make a few friends along the way and bring them back to try out our platform. So, doesn't sound like a bad idea. But yeah, there will be news on a Gotchi poker game here pretty soon.
If you guys are interested in poker, following on the backs of this, ETH Denver is doing a Road to the Mainnet event. So every Sunday, the ETH Denver community is hosting a poker tournament using the Virtue poker platform. And that's been working out pretty well and simple.
We might have to sync offline. It sounds like a very interesting platform. Virtue associated with gambling.
Keep your eyes peeled on SportDAO, man. SportDAO's doing some cool stuff. We can make a lot of things happen this ETH Denver, truly.
Huh. Very cool.
All right, friends.
Ready to play some games?
I'd say that's I'm ready to play some games for sure. We're gonna be going into Gotchi Crawler here. We need a +1. We need one more. I got FaZe on my team. We need one more person. So once we got our team, we'll jump in there. Friends, have a great weekend. Enjoy the holidays. Take it easy. I know everyone's worked hard. The DAO has done a lot this year. Take it all in. Look back at the last year. Take it all in. And we'll get ready for the next year. It's gonna be a big year for us, friends.
Yeah, I forgot to mention we are planning to put out a little blog post next week. It's going to cover what some of the major events that happened in 2023, and also give some alpha for 2024. So definitely be looking out for that blog post.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll be great. Have a nice bow to the end of the year. And enjoy the rest of your week, friends. Play lots of games. Get out there. Try all these games out. So many different ones.
Yeah.
So.
See you, fam. Have a great rest of the week and month and year. Peace.
Peace.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Keep it up, everybody.